Hey guys. So, this morning, I woke up about 10, and I look over at my phone, and then there's a notification for a new Paper Mario game. And I'm like, wow, okay. I guess that's a thing that can just sort of happen. So, I took a look at the trailer, and I'm here to talk to you guys about what I saw in the trailer. So, what's immediately noticeable is that it looks a lot like Paper Mario Color Splash. Like, the graphics are very similar, art style is very similar. It's sort of like a asset reusing sequel, but it doesn't feel like most asset reusing sequels where it's just sort of like Super Mario Galaxy to Super Mario Galaxy 2. Like, they're very similar. Or like Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask, where they're very similar, like gameplay wise, but they have some mild differences. This game looks like it has some major differences. Like, the entirely revamped battle system, which uses like a ring sort of thing where you have to turn the rings and you have to line up the bad guys so you jump on them the right way or something like that, which is a really interesting concept. I mean, I would love to see how that turns out. However, I do want to talk about that. But we're only like a minute in, and we're just like diving face first into this. So why don't we just go and talk about the battle system? The battle system, it could go one of two ways. One, it's terrible. It's cumbersome. It's a disaster. It's a mess to do like anything. Or two, it's really good. Hopefully it's the second one where it's really good and adds a layer of like puzzle strategy, because they were saying they didn't want Paper Mario to be like a traditional RPG. They wanted it to be like an action adventure sort of puzzle solving game. We did see things like that in Sticker Star, but the thing about Sticker Star is that the puzzles in that game were so like obscure and weird. It sort of reminded me of some of the same issues that like Zelda Ocarina of Time has. Like, I think Sticker Star is a good game. Okay, all right, I said it. I think Sticker Star is okay, but the obscurity of some of the puzzles, it's weird. It's like, I don't like how some of the puzzles are just so freakishly obscure. And Color Splash took that and made it better. Like, it's definitely more fun to solve puzzles and figure out which things are used to solve certain puzzles. So hopefully this game takes that sort of mindset, like very puzzle focused action adventure, sort of like emphasis on the adventure puzzle sort of, and just sort of runs with that. That's what I'm hoping for this battle system, and really Origami King as a whole. I want it to feel like cool, because Paper Mario has always been kind of known for being cool. Like, Super Paper Mario is like a battle to stop like a wicked count who's trying to destroy the universe and stuff. And, Thousand Year Door is about stopping the X-Nauts, these like robot guys who want to revive a Shadow Queen that annihilated a city before. Like, it's very like I don't want to say over the top, like dramatic. There we go. That's the word. Dramatic. And Origami King has a lot going in that direction, because at the start, Peach is like crazy and like evil and stuff. And I'm like, wow, is Peach the bad guy? Although I don't think so, because it's like, it would be cool if Peach was the bad guy, kind of like Shadow Queen again. But I don't know. It would be more fitting if it was the Origami King, which I assume is that guy with like the purple outfit and like the paper swooped over his eye or whatever and the crown. That's going off of basic assumptions. But like, man, what if Peach was the bad guy? That would be weird. But I remember back in Color Splash, she had like this hologram thing, sort of like, kind of reminded me of Star Wars. like Princess Leia or whatever. It's like put down the little origami thing and it like flips open. There's like a hologram of Peach talking or whatever. That, it reminded me of that. But no, this time it's a character and she's super creepy. She's all like, join. Or whatever. I don't know. It's like, join. But, there's that. And then Mario says no. And then she's just like, right answer, wrong answer. It doesn't matter. All of your opinions are paper thin anyways, or something like that. And it's like, whoa, that's creepy. Something that we don't really see a lot in Paper Mario games nowadays. So, the story should be more interesting, but I'm more focused on the gameplay, like how it looks as a whole. It looks like simple Paper Mario style exploration, stuff like that. That's something that's kind of remained a constant throughout the series. Overworld exploration is always, walk around, hit a few question blocks, collect coins, stuff like that. However, with the shift from action RPG to adventure puzzle, the jump we saw between Super and Sticker Star is that the exploration had sort of a revamp, Now in Sticker Star, like, the levels are linear. They're pretty linear, but, back in Thousand Year Door, I was playing Thousand Year Door a few weeks ago, and I noticed it was kind of linear. Very, very, linear. And it's weird, because nobody really talks about that. You'd think, people would be talking about how Thousand Year Door has a backtracking problem, but we really don't hear that much. Super does a better job at that, and the first game also did pretty good about backtracking, but Thousand Year Door has a lot of backtracking. So, Sticker Star doesn't have barely any backtracking because the levels are linear, get to the goal. So I'm hoping with this game, Origami King, that it's better. Like, Color Splash also had the get to the end of level, you're good to go kind of vibe. So for Origami King, I hope that the levels are set up in a way where it's not super linear, but also at the same time, I hope they're not super open, because I like linear levels. That's the thing, my opinions on games aren't really as critical as I'm making them out to be. I can play a super linear, I prefer some degree of linearity. I don't mind world maps or anything like that, but I've noticed that games without world maps and without a whole lot of linearity feel a lot more, rich. Sort of I don't know, kind of man, I used to get these cupcakes at this place. I'm trying to come up with an analogy here. And, there was so much frosting on them, and you could, barely eat them, right? That's what I assume when I hear, the word rich, or, chocolate, where, you eat the chocolate and it makes you, really thirsty or whatever. I think that's what rich chocolate is. So, games that are my definition of rich would be like Metroid, where it can be kind of difficult to find your way, but progress feels so much better than if you were playing something like, I don't know, like Mario Galaxy, where you just get to the end and grab the star. So, I hope for this game, it adds elements of both linearity and also non-linearity. And it does that, at least for my understanding, because there are these massive open areas where you can just explore. Or that's what it looks like from the 5 seconds the trailer showed us. But that's besides the point. It looks cool. This game just looks cool. I want to play this game. And it's only 2 months away, which I think is the most exciting part. I assume they had this either on a March Direct lineup or an E3 Direct lineup, and then E3 got canceled, and then everything got canceled, and then Nintendo was like, you know what, man, we got a Paper Mario game as our summer release. What do you want us to do? And then they just shadow drop a trailer, which is fantastic because, I'll be over summer break or whatever, and I can just play Paper Mario. Very exciting stuff. So, I'm excited for this game. I really am. Like, I've been a fan of the series for a long time. I'm really excited for this game. It looks really good. I've kind of run out of things to say. My train of thought has stopped moving. This game is good. I haven't played it yet. I don't know if it's good. But I was talking about the combat earlier, and I just kind of trailed off. So let's talk about the combat some more. Again, I'm kind of worried about the combat, but because combat has been a thing that people have worried about in the Paper Mario series, it looks like the disposable attacks sort of thing, like that's gone. I'm okay with that. I didn't mind it, but the disposable attacks are gone. So, I mean, that's a thing. It seems to be replaced by sort of just moves like back in the old days, So that's definitely exciting. I remember in the trailer it said something like shiny boots. I assume that's like the replacement for like jump, spin jump, and spring jump. But you really can't be sure. And then, the hammer's there. I don't really know what the hammer does. Nobody knows what the hammer does yet. But, like, overall, the battle system looks promising. There's also the return of the audience mechanic from Thousand Year Door. That's exciting. Or at least from what it seems like. There are bleachers in a sort of arena style in the battle scene we see in the trailer, which is very promising. I love the audience in Thousand Year Door. There's just a lot of strategy. There's extra stylish moves where you can perform a stylish and get more star power from the audience. And you can gain more audience members and gain more star power to power up your very powerful attacks. Power. I said that word like a million times. So overall, it looks very, very promising. And there's even an option in the battle that says cheer. And there's like a outline of a toad or whatever. And we see toads in the audience. So that's exciting. I can't wait to see how that gets implemented. Also, I don't see any things anywhere. That's really good too, because things were just sort of there. Like even back in Sticker Star, they just kind of felt shoehorned in. Like, I don't know, like some guy was just kind of like, hey, what'd be cool if we added real life objects into Paper Mario? And like, don't get me wrong, it's a great idea. The main issue I have is requiring certain things for boss battles. Like, I remember back when I was a kid, I was playing Sticker Star, and I got to the Gooper Blooper fight, and you need the sponge in order to absorb his poison attack, but I didn't know I needed the sponge. So instead, I just went and fought him and lost because I didn't have the right thing. That was very frustrating. Hopefully, if they do things again, then they make it where you don't need them to defeat certain bosses, or any bosses for that matter, because overall, it's just kind of frustrating to need a certain item to defeat a boss, The thing should make the boss fight easier, not win the boss fight for you. But while I was talking about that, I remembered that there's a mechanic in this game, the 1,000-fold arms, where Mario becomes an arms character. This holds promise. I like the idea of this. It seems like the sort of paint mechanic making a return, the overworld mechanic, not the battle mechanic, in Color Splash, where you could paint certain parts of the world and fix them. I assume the 1,000-fold arms do the same thing, because we see Mario pulling down a sort of cardboard flap from the side of a building in the trailer. That's also very exciting. And I saw motion control prop. People do not like motion controls. but I saw a motion control prompt, and this this is really my time to shine because I'm a big fan of just like the ridiculous Nintendo gimmicks. Like, I love motion controls. Motion controls add so much immersion to an experience, in my personal opinion. Like, Zelda Skyward Sword was awesome because there was motion controls. So the Thousand-Fold Arms, they have motion controls, and they're a reference to Sticker Star and Color Splash because they had folded enemies, like stacks of enemies. Like, one Goomba could just be like a two-fold Goomba, and it would have 2 times the HP and stuff like that. Very interesting. I don't know, that sounded kind of sarcastic. God, very interesting. It's just 2 Goombas. But, you know what I mean. So, the Thousand-Fold Arms are very interesting. I know people are probably going to complain about motion controls. I don't mind. So, I mean, yeah. Kind of brings us to the end of the trailer. Very promising experience. I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. It's definitely going to be a day one buy, no doubt. I might even pre-purchase it before, just so I can, like, have it. And as for this channel, I will be doing an LP over it, if it's good. I hope it's good. But yeah. So, don't worry about a lack of coverage on this channel. There will be plenty of coverage on this game, because it's fun. I'm excited. It's a new Paper Mario. It's gonna be good. Like, I liked Sticker Star. I'm gonna like this game, hopefully. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Paper Mario the Origami King as it becomes relevant. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later. Peace.